X and Rumble only.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
Yeah, X is cool. Yeah. Because we can talk about this shit on X. All right, so
let's get into it, bro.
Let's get
the real stuff.
And for the fucking people out there that aren't aware, Muslims is a term, is a phrase, code. It's code.
No.
Nigga, we on Rumble. Stop being a bitch. Like they already they know what it is. It's a code word.
You don't gotta say it, bro.
No, because some niggas don't know. They're like, oh, bro,
That's great. That's great.
It's a code word, man.
You don't want to. That's the nigga's trump card. You don't say what it is.
Yeah, okay. All right.
This nigga, bro.
They don't know for what yet. Niggas know, man. Man, y'all some bitches, man. Shut up. Man. Shut the fuck up. We're on Rumble. All right. Oh, go ahead, bro. What were you saying?
I forgot.
Remember those words, Mo.
We're on Rumble, man. Y'all niggas soft. Okay. So the tunnels, bro. So you so obviously take the people back a little bit. What are the tunnels? What happened? And yeah.
So the tunnels over at the 770 Jewish Shabbat is it really is filled with a lot of, I would say, misinformation with it. Because when people saw the tunnel, the first thing they went to was human trafficking, and I do a lot of studying on human trafficking. Me myself, I don't personally believe it had anything to do with trafficking whatsoever.
No sound.
I know people mention the mattress or whatever, but even in my documentary, from what we were seeing, it was more so about their religious protocols. So it was Israelis coming in from Israel that were hiring immigrants to dig the tunnels. And they were digging the tunnels to create pretty much somewhat a second synagogue under their synagogue to pretty much commemorate who they believe is the Jewish Messiah, who really had already passed already. But they believe he's still alive, or at least will be coming to that synagogue to return and appear. The entire thing was about worshiping someone who had already passed away, who they were told they can't worship no more by the elders. And they did their own thing, dug under there to worship, what is it? Mendel Schneerson, I believe the way that you pronounce it. He was a Ukrainian rabbi.
Okay.
He's one like the most prolific man in Jewish history.
Okay. Shit. So you don't. So what do you think that mattress? What was that mattress for? Then?
I feel like that mattress more so probably would have been for the immigrants that could have been working down there. The thing, they don't think they probably were getting paid that much. They probably were sleeping down there as they were working. That's my assumption.
How long do you think they had been building those tunnels for, man?
They were claiming something about COVID restrictions, so it could have been all the way from 2020.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say,
and I think that's why they said COVID, just because when people start researching, they'll see it started around 2020.
Yeah.
So it's to give themselves a narrative to fall back on.
Oh, so you don't think it was really to like get around the code? Because New York did have some of the most restrictive, COVID restrictions.
I don't think it was to get around COVID. I think it was just for to worship the rabbi and the things they wanted to do on the ground that wasn't approved.
Such as?
Well, I mean, to even commemorate the rabbi, for him to have passed, the people, the original elders of the 770 Shabbat, they believe that he's passed and there will be another Messiah to come. The people that was in the tunnel, they believe he's the one that's to return. Jews' Messiah isn't Jesus Christ. And a Jew will tell you that anytime. It's no disrespect to Jews, but that's just not their Messiah.
Yeah.
They believe that Schneerson, well, some of them believe that Schneerson is the true Messiah to return.
The Ukrainian guy we mentioned.
Yeah. And that's why they built the tunnel, for him, to worship him, because it would still be a part of the synagogue. You can't honor nobody, I guess, from Jewish tradition, unless it's actually inside of the synagogue itself. So a way around that, the loophole, was to dig under it. That way it would still be technically attached to the synagogue.
Holy shit, man. It was just so confusing when that story broke out, and I was like, what the hell? Like, tunnels in New York City, NYPD arresting these guys? Like, what the fuck is going on? And I think that it had... And then the fact that it was happening like right around October 7th, right? And it's like, wait, Hamas has tunnels, what's going on here? It just was like a very strange coincidence to be happening.
Yeah.
And then in New York City of all places.
Yeah. I'll say the 770 Shabbat is one of the most powerful places in the world. Something that I learned from my investigation. There's actually 770s all across the world called 770 Shabbat. Yeah. It's the head of like pretty much a Jewish headquarter, and they copy the 770 because it's Kabbalistic magic is what they study. They study the Talmud, and they also study the Torah.
Yeah.
And almost all Jewish culture, heritage, is headquartered at the 770 Shabbat, including Javier Milei, the president of Argentina. The first thing he did when he won, he went to the 770 Shabbat. A lot of people like to show the screenshots of him going to the Western Wall in Israel. But he actually came down to New York first. And he's not the only one. Every time someone wins, they come down to that Shabbat. So it's a very, very powerful place. The same spot that I went down, the same spot with the tunnels, is the same place that these politicians go as soon as they win.
Where can people find your documentary on this?
It's all on Rumble, YouTube, X. Just
You have it on YouTube?
yeah, the tunnel's still on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel still.
Oh shit. Okay, that's lit, man. Hopefully it stays up, man. I mean,
Hopefully.
Well, it should because in the tunnel documentary, we never said Jews were trafficking children. If anything, we're defending them. They can't take down someone that is saying they didn't traffic children.
Yeah. You did. Yeah, because some people say they're trafficking people, and you're like, nah, I don't think
documentary
so.
says
You
no, not
think
in
it was
that.
more from a worship perspective versus, you know,
it's worship. I mean,
other
but
shit.
And it's not me covering for him because as soon as I say that, they'll say he's covering. No, I'm not covering because I'll quickly expose how many pedophiles are in Israel. You can look at the map. It's more than almost any nation.
Yeah.
Because it's a safe haven for pedophilia. You can
right.
go to Israel, and that dual that dual citizenship, it gives them the ability to do some distasteful things in some countries and run back home.
Yeah. I mean, and Israel will take you, and then the other thing too is like if you're wanted for child exploitation, wanted for crimes, it's very difficult for them to extradite an Israeli citizen to another country.
It is very hard.
They frown up. They don't want to do that. They try their best to get around that. Like you have to be one of the worst for them to actually go ahead and sign off on extradition and send you back to a country where you're wanted. But yeah, no, that's actually very common. That second citizenship comes in handy if you're trying to flee from crime, man, because Israel will protect you. Hey, man, they take care of their people. What do we got here? Chats? Okay, it says we're on Rumble. Okay, Dubai. Okay, I got my glasses on, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Fresh,
Can you read that?
Yeah, MK says Dubai flood set up by satanic cabal to fulfill prophecy about end times. States desert will revert to green. They're trying to bring about the end times with war between Israel and Islamic world. Armageddon 4, horsemen, plague, COVID, war, famine, and death. That was deep.
Okay.
Dicot.
says, go follow Dom on X right now. Predict major terrorism on U.S. soil this year. 10x worse than September 11th. The elites cha-ching want a one world government owned by satanic homo pedos. Okay, Dicot, aren't you supposed to be in Romania doing something? Christian Moreno goes, can you go into detail about the three doors? It seems like the point of the music industry is to take people away from God. There's a satanic agenda that's promoting hedonism. Christ is king.
Well, the thing about this, a lot of people, they're not going to want to hear it. I hate really saying this a lot because it makes it seem like I'm a Satanist, but Satan ain't the main enemy. There are different deities that are worshipped, and they will allow for people to just focus on Satanism, because if you focusing on one thing, you let everyone else go utterly by. Every single person. That's the main reason why Masonry, they let them be the fall guys. They put their symbols everywhere because everyone can just focus on Freemasonry. No one's going to think about the Club of Rome. No one's going to think about the Vatican. No one is going to think about the Odd Fellows. No one would think about the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Nobody would think about the Great Nine. Nobody would think about the...
What are all these groups that you're mentioning for those that might know?
Well, shit, I mean, all of them, I would say all of them pretty much the same. They all wear the same hat.
Okay.
But they're
Evil
all
cults,
just...
essentially?
Not necessarily evil, because you can't really prove that any of them did anything evil. They're just extremely powerful groups. Bilderberg group, they all run around the same thing, control majority of the world's assets.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see
Oh,
here.
We got Rumble Rants.
Rumble Rants. Okay.
Satan, but, and I just thought about it. You have to finish. Satan, he's not a deity. He's a deceiver. In the Bible, Moloch, Baal, and about 4 other different gods that was opposing to the Hebrew God, Yahweh, they were a whole lot more powerful than Satan, a whole lot more powerful than Lucifer. Lucifer was just a fallen angel. Baal and Moloch are considered deities. There are people that worship Baal and Moloch, and both of them are baby killers.
Even at the beginning of time.
Both of them are baby killers. They never told people to burn. Take down the statue of Lucifer. It was a statue of Baal, statue of Moloch.
Yeah.
Those are deities. Those are gods. They are gods that are opposing the Christian God, the God of Christ, or the Father of Christ. But they exist. Like, Lucifer isn't as clouded up as he is to be. He really is low-key a goofy. He is. Because think about it. He already got beat by Archangel Michael. If you want to be real about canon, he's not even that powerful. You got those guys like Baal, they've never been touched by those angels. Those angels ain't whooped their ass. But Lucifer's been beat like twice.
Shit.
St. Michael, God kicked him out of heaven. St. Michael beat him. It's like, he's not like that. But they will allow for people to. It's not saying that he's not an enemy, but they allow people to feel like it's the main enemy, so everyone else with their symbolism can get away with it. No one's going to pay attention to Baal. No one's going to pay attention to Armalok. No one's going to pay attention to Moloch if you only are focused on Satan. It's a huge deception. And I'm not saying not to focus on Satanism.
Yeah.
No, focus on it. But also be aware of
All the rest.
the brothers. Yeah. Be aware of everyone else that also is ruling, well, the people that are ruling the world. Pay attention to who they're worshiping. Pay attention to the logos of the owls. Pay attention to the logos of bulls. Look at Wall Street. Isn't that a golden calf?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it controls our money. It's not random that they put that there.
Interesting. No, I mean, that's a good point. Like, hey, man, like, obviously the devil is evil, but, like, understand that it's not just him. There's other individuals as well.
I have a question. Let's say I learn all this knowledge and I am aware of these people. How do I stop them?
All you can do is tell other people.
So,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got no cool answer.
Because my problem is, like, this is great knowledge to have, I guess, in your back pocket, but, like, to actually use it, they're gonna fuck you up, man. Like, they're gonna fuck you up.
I'm still here, yeah.
I mean, for now.
It'd be well worth the sacrifice, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's well worth it.
I just curious to hear your answer on that.
I'd rather live the truth for 1 week than live a lie for years. So I mean, it really doesn't matter much to me. The truth is valuable. There's a reason why they hide it. It's worth risking your life for. But I truly do believe that telling someone else is very powerful because it'll get to someone, and then it gets to enough people
I'm
to
gonna
where they
research
can't
all
hide
this
it.
stuff now because I didn't hear about a bunch of this stuff, so I'm gonna research it. The owls, that's been used a bunch. You hear Alex Jones talking about it. Fucking Ryan Garcia, was talking about it. How they held him down. Do you believe Ryan Garcia with that? What he talked about on X about that shit?
That's marketing, man.
I'm with you.
That's marketing.
Marketing. Okay. The owls, though, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain what the owls are? Because we've seen Alex Jones talk about it, and
They symbolize wisdom and Moloch, mainly wisdom. But who's the people that say they symbolize wisdom? Because the people that worship Moloch think he's wise.
Yep.
Like, who the hell creates these rules that owls symbolize wisdom? Did you know both an owl and snake symbolize wisdom and cunning?
Interesting.
Both of those are considered.
You do see snakes on a lot of like emblems
Because
and
the
seals.
because the people that control the narrative are the ones that say that these are intelligent animals, intelligent creatures. Those are the ones they favor. They would favor the bull. They would favor the snake. They would favor the owl. They always going to get a good rep. I mean, when the victors are the ones creating a documentary of the definition of all these creatures and what they symbolize, it tells you a lot about who's controlling what and who supports what.
Yeah.
Because the wisest creatures is the owl and the snake. At least almost throughout most of the world, all the way down to Asia, the snake is considered a very wise symbol or a creature. And it's not random that serpents and the owl are both used in occult society.
Yeah, they're in a lot of
The
seals.
serpent is Lucifer, the bull is Baal, and the owl is Moloch.
Interesting. And these are all, you said, deities that are evil.
Yeah, evil deity, evil gods.
Evil gods. Okay. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna be googling a bunch of this stuff.
Hebrew gods of the Hebrew times, yeah, ancient Hebrew gods.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's see here. What do we got here? We got Bearded Bazooka goes $20. Appreciate that. Open Up goes. I heard Dom mention rituals. Does he know about gematria?
That's just shapes and whatnot, sacred geometry.
Yeah.
Like the Sri Yantra and things like that. The Sri Yantra is a very cool symbol because if you actually was to buy Sri Yantra, it's the symbol that has like the pyramids that's all mixed in it, and it has the Biju in the middle, which is the red dot. If you was to focus on that, you would actually experience about 40 minutes if you focus on the Biju specifically, and then you start making your eyes start focusing on the colors around the Biju, and then focus back on the center. If you do it correctly, you could actually start experiencing something very similar to people that take an acid trip, like the walls around you start to melt and seeing colors all around you, etc., and change your whole perception. If you look up Sri Yantra meditation, it'll completely change your perception of reality. And reality itself, like I see a lot of people that's atheists right now, and I used to be low-key kind of atheist myself. I spent a vast majority of my young life trying to disprove that God was real. Mm-hmm. So I did constant experiments, and I tell you, man, one thing that really made me a believer was when I did the rice experiment and the water experiment, because they proved that when you speak to water, if I say hate to water, it creates a different type of symbol than if I say love to water. I say I love you to water. If you say love into water, if you look at it on a microscope, it actually creates the same type of symbol as a perfect snowflake. But if you say hate, it creates these disrupted ripples where it doesn't even form a shape. And even more than that, to show the power of words, if you get a glass jar and you get dry rice that's never been cooked and you put the word hate on one glass jar and you put the word love on the other glass jar, I bet you everything I'm worth, the glass jar with the word hate on it will rot. And the one with the word love will stay still. That's considered magic itself.
Interesting.
These are tests that you can prove yourself. When I saw that, I said, the guy got to be real. I said, this shit is beyond physical.
Damn.
Like, how the fuck did my rice stay? How did my rice rot?
That's crazy.
And then you know this stuff is true because they tell us play classical music for your plants.
Facts.
So frequency and vibration has already been aware from people of playing classical music for your plants. It's already been out there in front of us the whole time. So what happens if they say that the water is disrupted by our words? What happens to our blood? Because what's our blood?
Water.
Niggas got to watch what they say.
That's why they say words have power.
Yeah, because it's called spelling. It's a spell. They know what they're doing. This is all a game.
So that made you believe in God. Do you subscribe to a certain religion, or do you just believe in a higher Christianity?
Christianity, I'd say Christianity, but more so I'd be like Hebrew Christianity, just more so a little bit of the older Christianity. King James, no disrespect to King James, but he wasn't really a respectful man. I'd rather read the Ethiopian Bible.
Okay. So would that be closer to Orthodox Christianity?
I would say, yeah. It's the original Christianity.
Yeah,
Ethiopia.
Andrew Wilson. Shout out to him. He's a big Orthodox Christian.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The
So,
typical Christian.
when did you get this awakening, like with
The rice and all, like 2019.
2019?
Yeah, that's
That's
around
like when you
2019.
became a believer and you said,
Yeah, I mean, I gave all in because I was seeing this stuff and I was seeing these tests and I was like, man, this is reality. I have a lot of people that tell me just to pray. That wasn't good enough for me. I'm just being honest. I was like, I need to see.
you need proof.
I need proof that he was real. And I like, if the God is real, there's got to be a way to find it. You don't have to be super rich or have all these resources. And those experiences was enough for me. I mean, even got some plants, play rock music for plants, and look how they react. Get some plants, put them in a small room, play rock music, put it on repeat, and see how that plant looks the next day. The plant is going to be extremely depressed. It's going to lean down. It's going to mope down if it's even still alive, because that frequency and vibration is disrupting its nature.
Okay. Versus playing, you said classical music.
Classical music helps plants prosper and grow.
Interesting. See, I'm not a botanist, so I wouldn't know. But I gotta ask.
Well, I would just
I
say.
do remember looking a long ass time ago, like some crazy bitch's Instagram that had like a bunch of plants at her house, and she did play like Beethoven. And I was like, why the fuck is that chick playing Beethoven?
So she knows, it's helped.
It's like
grow.
connecting dots right now for me. And it's just like, what the hell? Like on an IG story, I was like, this bitch playing Beethoven. Like I don't know if it was like playing in the house, because when you do an IG story, it's like they're playing music, but I'm assuming that's probably what she was playing in the house too. I always thought that was fucking weird, but that's why.
That water and rice test, that shit crazy.
It's worth doing. Any of y'all can do it.
I ain't never heard about that.
Any of you can do it. Anyone that's watching can call me out to be a liar and try it yourself. It's something that anyone can afford. It's something that anyone can buy.
But typically, someone that's asked questions like this, that's wanting to find God, is gonna find an answer. So that's a very good take there. Because if you ask questions like that, you're gonna look deeper into why things are how they are. So that's good.
Because I've found out like there's a golden ratio that most of the world like has the same frequency of 432 hertz. Things like that. The fact that a golden ratio exists, 3.17. That if you look at things on a microscopic level, we all make the same curve at the peak of existence. We create the same curve, or even like space itself is nothing but melanin. There's God in this stuff. It's a very special universe that we live in. It's very magical. It's very, very magical. And I feel like if you can convince people that this world, this existence itself, is nothing more than what they tell us it is, you won't seek the truth, and you won't actually have the powers over them.
Shit. Okay. This is I'm liking this pod, man. This shit different. I like it.
It's peculiar.
No, I like it, man. I love having interesting guests on, and Dom is definitely an interesting guest. This is good shit.
Very good stuff.
What do we got here? Is it true you have to sell your soul to the devil in order to be in the music industry?
No.
Okay.
No. People can be successful. It's not everyone's the one. I mean, you can't. Not everyone has the same story. That's just about any industry.
Gotcha. But it just increases the likelihood if you got a 360 deal.
Yeah, definitely will.
Is Michelle really Big Michael?
I would say she's a female in my research.
Okay. Dom and Fresh and Fit crew, check out DJT on Ethereum. 2% of every buy and sell. Nigga, bro, come on, man. Is the live show going to be live streamed? I asked this on the last show. I think it is going to be live streamed. We just got to double check.
Yeah.
We got here, law of distraction. Christian energy has always been feminine, whether it be an idea, dream, or a baby. You must protect and nurture your ideas to bring them to reality, escape the slave mind.
I guess you could kind of say that just because if you look at the original text about Hebrew, God actually, now this is going to piss some people off. But like I said, if you don't like what I'm saying, just fact check it and validate it. But God, from the original teachings, had a spouse called Ashura, which was where we get Mother Earth from.
All right, you lost me there.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. They've changed.
Wait
severely.
a minute.
Yes, because the main reason why they removed the woman out the Bible, because one man conquered the world. It's just not a. It's not a story that sounds good of God needing a spouse. Her name was Ashura. It's the ancient Hebrew God.
Wait. So, how did Jesus come about then? From her?
Well, no. I mean, I couldn't even tell you how. I just have to read the Bible. It says Mary got pregnant, but Ashura was way before that. It's supposedly, at least from the story in the Hebrew story, that the God we serve slayed her. He slayed the female goddess and created Earth from her body, and that's where they got Mother Earth from. That Earth itself is a living, breathing woman.
You believe that?
The old Hebrews believed it. I'll tell you that, and the Catholics ain't like it. That's why they changed it. So it depends on what someone want to perceive as reality. The Catholics ain't like it, but the original Hebrews did. So it's not on me.
My thing is like we're gonna find out eventually when we all die. So, I mean,
Yeah,
we're gonna find out one way or another.
yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right.
Holy.
What do we got here?